The guy who shaped the look of the iPhone, the same one you've probably dropped 100 times, might be cashing in with a billion next to his name. Today we're blasting through 10 wild facts on how Sir Jony Ive went from sketching shiny slabs of aluminum to cutting a deal that could land him in the Billionaire Club. Buckle up, we're mixing design, money math, and yes, a few playful jabs at Jet Black's fingerprint disaster. You know the name, but here's the refresher. Jony Ive is the industrial design legend who led Apple's hardware look and feel for 2 decades. The iMac, iPod, iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, the whole minimalist gospel. He wasn't doing it alone. Apple design is a team sport, but he was the captain calling many of the aesthetic shots, including the era around iPhone 17. That's our protagonist. If you think that just means picking colors, wait till you hear about the most controversial hole Apple removed. iPhone 72016 famously axed the 3.5mm headphone jack, triggering a million think pieces and your uncle's eternal rant. Design isn't just curves and coatings, it's trade-offs. That one move bought space for a bigger Taptic engine, water resistance, and cleaner internals. Classic Ive minimalism, subtraction as an upgrade. Speaking of coatings, remember the finish so shiny it doubled as a mirror and a crime scene? By the mid-2010 second, Jony had already stacked serious wealth from Apple salaries and stock. But the real leap usually comes from owning a piece of what you create. That's where his post-Apple chapters matter more than any executive paycheck. So he left a spaceship. What comes after Apple? A new studio and a bigger bet. In 2019, Ive left Apple and launched Love From, his independent design collective. Same precision, broader canvas. Products, brands, architecture, type, even big picture design strategy. It kept the mystique and kept him in the rooms where multi-billion-dollar decisions happen. Then he spun up a skunkworks with ex-Apple All-Stars to build something even bigger than a phone. In 2024, Ive co-founded IO Products Incorporated with former Apple heavyweights Evans Hankey, Tang Tan, and more to build AI-first hardware, a third device idea that isn't a phone, laptop, or glasses. Think ambient, aware, and designed to feel human from day one. Enter the plot twist. The world's hottest AI company didn't just partner with IO, it swallowed it. In May 2025, OpenAI announced it would acquire IO in an all-stock deal valued around $6.5 billion, with Ive and Love From staying independent but taking deep design ownership across OpenAI. The IO team officially merged in July. Translation: design moved from make it pretty to shape the future of AI devices. This is the moment headline said Ive was set to become a billionaire. Set to become isn't clickbait if the math backs it up, so let's peek respectfully at the cap table. Public reports say Ive invested in and co-founded IO. Wikipedia's roundup pegs his stake in the low teens. At one point, 11% was reported. And Forbes framed the OpenAI deal as the windfall, pushing him into billionaire territory, especially combined with previous wealth in real estate. It's all stock, not instant cash. But on paper, design equity plus a $6.5 billion rupees valuation can absolutely tip you over 9 zeros. Key point, he didn't win the lottery. He designed the kind of value that tech giants acquire. So what does the guy who shaped the iPhone do with a blank canvas and AI? OpenAI and Ive are building a new family of AI devices. Less screen, more presence. Less tapping, more understanding. If the iPhone era was a computer in your pocket, this could be intelligence in your environment. If it lands, the impact and value might outgrow any one iPhone generation. That's how a designer becomes a founder, and a founder becomes potentially a billionaire. If this gave you a smarter take on how design prints money, hit like so the algorithm doesn't delete our headphone jack. Sub for the deep dive on what OpenAI times Ive might actually ship, and tell me in the comments, are you team screens forever or team ambient AI? I'll feature the spiciest takes in the next video.